There are only 11 people on Earth in the US Navy trusted to command a $13 billion US war machine with over thousands of lives on board. And one wrong call doesn't just fail a mission. It can change the course of history, start a war, and end a career instantly. No second chances, no undo button. Sounds interesting, yes, risky. So what does it actually feel like to wake up every day with that level of pressure? Let's find out. The captain, the single most powerful person on board. Think of this role as a mix of a CEO, a mayor, and a battlefield commander, all combined into one. The captain is legally and operationally responsible for everything that happens on the ship, from navigation and combat decisions to discipline and safety. In the US Navy, commanding an aircraft carrier is one of the most exclusive positions in the military. At any given time, there are only about 11 active nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, which means only a handful of officers ever reach this level. And getting there takes decades. Most captains have 20 to 30 years of experience, and they are almost always naval aviators or flight officers, meaning they understand air operations firsthand. The path is highly competitive. Officers are constantly evaluated on performance, leadership ability, and decision-making under pressure. Along the way, they command smaller ships, lead aviation squadrons, and complete advanced war training. One key milestone is serving as a commanding officer of a squadron, where they prove they can lead both people and complex operations. Furthermore, education also plays a role. Many future captains attend institutions like the US Naval War College, where they study strategy, global conflict, and leadership at the highest level. By the time they are selected to command a carrier, they are among the most experienced officers in the entire Navy. Even after selection, the training doesn't stop. Before taking command, captains go through intense preparation, including simulations of real-world crises, combat scenarios, system failures, and emergency decision-making drills. Because at this level, there is no learning on the job. You are expected to be ready from day one. The moment a captain takes command of an aircraft carrier, everything on board falls under their control. The ship, the aircraft, the missions, and most importantly, the lives of thousands of sailors. The captain leads alongside the executive officer, who handles daily operations and coordinates closely with the air wing commander, who controls the aircraft. But when it comes to decisions, especially in high-risk situations, the responsibility falls on the captain. As they are the one to make the final call, there is no other higher authority on board. Plus, what makes this moment powerful is the weight behind it. The captain now leads a vessel that can influence global events. Whether it's responding to a crisis in the South China Sea or supporting operations in the Middle East, their decisions can shape real-world outcomes. The USS Gerald R. Ford, it displaces over 100,000 tons, making it one of the heaviest warships ever constructed. A carrier usually operates with around 5,000 to 5,500 personnel. This includes roughly 3,200 ship crew members who run the vessel itself, and about 2,500 air wing personnel who handle flight operations. On some deployments, that number can rise to over 6,000 people. To support this, the ship has everything a city needs. It has its own hospital, cafeteria systems serving thousands of meals daily, a fire department, and even a postal service. Flight operations run 24/7, with jets launching and landing every few minutes during peak missions. These carriers can conduct over 150 flight sorties per day during sustained operations. Everything is tightly coordinated because space is limited and mistakes are costly. Every movement, every takeoff, every meal, it all happens on a massive but controlled scale. Within this massive floating city, one person holds ultimate authority, and that level of control brings an unimaginable daily workload. Why? Because otherwise things would get very chaotic. Being a carrier captain is not a 9-to-5 job, it's constant pressure around the clock. During active operations, captains often work 18 to 20 hours a day, making decisions that affect thousands of lives and billions of dollars in equipment. Every day involves high-stakes coordination. A single aircraft carrier can manage 60 to 70 aircraft, and during intense missions, it can launch and recover dozens of jets within hours. with flight operations daily, all of which must be timed perfectly. Okay, quick scenario, you're the captain right now. 2 jets are low on fuel, and you can only land 1 immediately. Who do you save first, and why? We are looking for the smartest answers. The captain oversees this system while also navigating international waters, monitoring threats, and maintaining safety on board. The risks are real. The flight deck alone is one of the most dangerous workplaces in the world, jets landing at high speeds, heavy machinery moving constantly, and limited space for error. One wrong decision could result in an aircraft crash or serious casualties. On top of that, there's isolation. Deployments can last 6 to 9 months, often with limited communication with family. Despite being surrounded by thousands of people, the responsibility rests heavily on one person. Plus, beyond daily operations, the captain must command an entire war machine. An aircraft carrier is the center of an entire war system. The Carrier Strike Group, which includes destroyers, cruisers, submarines, and supply ships, along with a force of 7,000 to 7,500 personnel. The Carrier Strike Group commander led a Carrier Strike Group, of which the captain is a part. This makes it one of the most powerful naval formations in the world. The captain is constantly coordinating air missions, defense systems, and fleet positioning. In real-world deployments, like in the Middle East, carriers have launched hundreds to thousands of combat missions in a single deployment cycle. One example is operations against ISIS, where carrier-based aircraft flew continuous strike missions for months. Every move the captain makes has a geopolitical impact. Positioning a carrier near a region can send a strong message without firing a single shot. That's why these ships are often the first response in global crises. But commanding such power is only half the challenge. Managing the people behind it is even harder. Which brings us to the real challenge: leading thousands daily. He is responsible for a warship that cost over $13 billion, along with thousands of lives on board. Every decision carries real risk, whether it's navigating tight waters, launching aircraft in bad weather, or responding to a sudden threat. There is constant accountability at the highest level. The environment itself is unforgiving. Historically, there have been multiple incidents involving crashes and equipment failures, proving just how little room there is for error. Then comes the mental pressure. The captain must stay alert at all times, making fast, high-stakes decisions. There's no real off switch, whether it's day or night, calm seas or crisis. And behind all of this is a massive system of people. A carrier has thousands of sailors and aircrew working across departments like engineering, aviation, weapons, medical, and logistics. Each unit has its own job, but everything must function together perfectly for the mission to succeed. One weak link can cause serious consequences. That's why captains rely on a strict chain of command, with constant reporting from officers and department heads. Because when thousands of people look to you for direction, hesitation is not an option. And despite all this pressure and sacrifice, failure is never acceptable. One mistake can end a career, or worse, cost lives. That's the true weight behind the rank. And when you really think about it, this is one of the most intense leadership roles on the planet. So here's a question for you. Could you handle that kind of pressure? Drop your answer in the comments below.